This project started with Heartlands Conservancy approaching the city of Belleville to address this idea of vacant lots being a problem in the city because they're a drain on finances and they're not contributing to the ecosystem of the community.
Peterson's Pond started as a retention basin on the west end of Belleville. It had notorious problems, anywhere from mosquito problems to just general rundown, overgrowth.
This project really benefits the community in a number of ways. One, it takes a underutilized space in the middle of a really great neighborhood and turns it into something that they can use, which is the major thrust of why we did this. But second, it converts the invasive species to native species, which is more supportive of our ecosystem.
We joined the partnership with Heartlands because, why wouldn't we? It was such a great opportunity. I couldn't believe it when our principal told us about this.
I believe the most important thing about this is the ability to use this as a learning tool for the two schools that were just within walking distance.
Fantastic.
It's going to be a great lab for the local students.
Absolutely.
We formed a committee of a bunch of residents in the neighborhood who had a long history with the site, and then we held several work sessions with them to identify different future visions for reuse of the site that wasn't being used right now. The concept ended up being an outdoor classroom for use by Signal Hill Elementary and Blessed Sacrament School.
At Blessed Sacrament, we have a really good STEM program right now, and this project is like a STEM project in the purest form.
We were able to really engage the students of the schools in developing the outdoor classrooms.
When we first went out to the area and we had the kids just sitting around quietly, they all were talking about how peaceful it was and how they didn't realize, all the things they could hear when they were quiet, because the kids today aren't quiet very often.
So we started with a bio blitz with the students, which is an effort to get all the students out in the field and document the existing species on the site. So they cataloged over 100 different species. And then after that, we held several different work days with volunteers to remove all the invasive species that were on the site.
So this is really a neat project in that we have a lot of community members involved, and we're creating a park-like setting here along the West Belleville Trail. Today we were taking out more honeysuckle bush along the edge of this park area.
After that, we did a bunch of planting days and replaced those invasive species with the native plants that support our pollinators. Right now, we're in the process of building the hardscape features of the site, which would include a boardwalk, seating, signs that explain the importance of pollinators and what's going on the site and what people are seeing. And then in future steps, we'll be continuing to monitor the conditions of the site, hopefully increasing the amount of pollinators that we see. Also, just really tracking how many people are using it and what benefit it's having for the neighborhood as a whole.
Well, I think that honestly, the neighbors could probably use it the same way the students can use it. They can come, they can be in the natural area. They can use it for, I guess you could say, reflection. They could use it to study some plants they might not know about.
So this project has been really collaborative, especially with a lot of different volunteers from all over the place involved in this effort. Also, the Master Gardeners have helped with the planting days, and they showed the students and the other volunteers how to plant the plants appropriately and make sure that they're watered and they're going to be long-lasting on the site.
I've been teaching science for a long time, and I know that, like every science teacher, I do teach them facts because I want them to have a good base. But where they get pure science is when they go out and collect their own data, and they analyze that data and they solve problems. And this outdoor classroom is going to be perfect for that.
My hopes for the future are that this project will be successful and that we'll be able to continue to do these types of efforts in other areas of Belleville and also throughout southwestern Illinois, because there are lots of places where nature has been degraded, and introducing nature back into neighborhoods is really helpful for communities.
I think our goal is to make them love nature, because when they love something, then they'll work to preserve it.